A legacy, the first in a classical series of men's devotionals, depicts characters of men from the Bible who represent men of today. Some succeeded while others failed. There are those who were strong yet some were weak. There is the spiritual and carnal. Kings, rulers, princes, and patriarchs, all of whom men can identify with. They all left a legacy, whether it was positive or negative. What is your legacy? Today's lesson is learning that God can bring about family reconciliations, regardless of how broken they are, as in the case of Jacob and Esau. As Esau approaches in the distance, Jacob feels prepared for the best or the worst. Still a little unstable in faith, he scatters his family, Leah and her children at the front and Rachel and Joseph at the back. Not knowing what to expect from his twin brother whom he had not seen for 20 years, Jacob is apprehensive, but more confident than he had been the night before. Esau is rapidly approaching with 400 men. For Esau to be able to summon men equivalent to a small army is suggestive that he was a man of significant power. It is apparent that he did not allow events of the past to prevent his success. Though Esau initially planned to kill Jacob, the Old Testament does not mention what his motives were at the time of their meeting, whether to hurt or to heal. The long years and miles did not erase the memory of these brothers. Time appeared to have healed on each side. Jacob makes the first move toward reconciliation. A pitiful sight of Jacob bowing in humility, crying, begging, surrendering, and doing obeisance initiated a touching scene. Esau raced toward his twin brother, embracing him, falling on his neck, and kissing him. Both are swept away in a river of tears and finally reconcile their differences. The suffering and pain caused because of feuding siblings can be devastating. These two brothers lost 20 years of happiness. Their feuding divided the family, depriving both of the loving presence of their parents. Jacob, whose mother had died before he returned, never saw her again. His parents did not have the opportunity to enjoy their grandchildren. The nephews, nieces, and cousins were strangers to each other. After the heartbreaking reunion scene, the relationship between the two brothers was restored. Although Esau forgave his brother and stopped pursuing him, the legacy of his hatred was passed down to his descendants, and they have never stopped fighting over property and territory. If they could only understand as Jacob did that relationships are far more precious than the things they are fighting over, their lives would be happier and more peaceful. Jacob and Esau's feuding has spilled over into the community and has now become an international affair. Many innocent lives have been lost because of their strife. Unaware of this feud, men continue to fight and lose their lives. Their children who are taught to hate are linked to a never-ending inherited struggle. If you and your siblings have a disagreement, now is the time to settle it. You can make the first step today by calling, writing, or visiting that brother or sister. Don't allow what happened to Esau and Jacob to become your legacy. By allowing your children to become involved in your foolish contention will only hurt them emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God, neither he that loveth not his brother. 1 John 3 verse 10.